Hey, Dr. Scott here. Wanted to connect with you guys on another video. I know a lot of you saw my 10 things to do to stay healthy and increase your immunity. Today we want to talk about what can we do in this world that we're living in right now. A lot of us are at home, out of our normal routines. So I'm going to give you 5 ways to just stay in the routine, be healthy, be optimistic. So rule number 1 is connect with people, not the platforms. And what I mean by that is, man, still connect with your family, connect with your friends. There's a lot of really cool platforms out there. I know, for instance, with me, with my family, Zoom, right? So I've been using Zoom for business purposes for a long time. But last Sunday, I got together with my sisters and my parents on a Zoom call. It was awesome. It was super fun. And it's going to be kind of fun. We're going to keep doing it every Sunday. And even as the dust kind of settles and we get back to more of a normal routine, it's a great way for us to stay connected because we don't live in the same place. So number 1 is connect with people, not the platforms. And what I mean by not the platforms is don't spend all of our time just wheeling through Facebook or Instagram and getting kind of wound into all this news and what else is going on in the world. Let's just connect in with our people, and that will keep us positive things going on with us. The other thing I want us to do is, number 2, is stay optimistic. So how do we stay optimistic? Well, number one way to stay optimistic is to then circle back to the people who are optimistic, who bring out the best part of who we are, and get out and get active. I saw a patient today, and she told me the story of her dad. She called him. They were talking last week, we'll say, and he was being really negative just about everything, down to the kids, the dog. Wanted to kick everything. So she's like, "Wow." She got off the phone. A couple hours later, her dad calls back and says, "Wow, I'm really sorry. I was really negative." He goes, "I just got outside and we'd had some snow. He got some fresh air. He shoveled the sidewalk, felt purposeful, totally shifted his mindset." And I was like, wow, that's just a great reminder of how important it is, A, to get out in the sunshine, to be active, breathe fresh air. So how can we stay optimistic? Or again, get out, get some fresh air. For me, it boils a lot down to prayer life. Reading just often changes my perspective if I get in my Bible or read a different book, just to get out of myself and the world I'm living in and really think beyond myself, get some inspirational quotes. And for me too, getting out and kind of by myself, away from people, and spend some time with God in prayer, that's super effective for me. And I can't emphasize enough about being active. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. So number 3 is work out. For Dawn and I, working out is so important. It's always been a big routine for us for the last 12 years of our life. So now, not being able to go to the gym, right? What do? Well, we could buy all the weights and put them in our basement and stare at them and still watch TV. No, that's not a great thing to do. So what we've done, our workout, I love Janae and Elliot at Barefoot Fitness. They're developing a Zoom at-home workout for us. So shameless plug for them. Instant message me and let me know if you want to join up in their group. They're doing some great things for at-home workout. You don't even need a bunch of weights, just body weight type stuff that's going to give you flexibility and get us active, okay? There's lots of stuff on YouTube, yoga for dummies, and just countless things that we could do to stay in that routine. But the other thing is get out and get some fresh air. Can't emphasize enough, fresh air and sunshine. So number 3, make sure you're exercising, okay? Exercise, so important. You've got to work out, got to move those muscles, get that blood flowing. So important for that too on the immunity side, to keep us active and getting those hormones that are so important for us to stay healthy. Number 4 I'm going to say is, if you ask people who are successful in life, they'll always point back to their routine or their habits. So for that, it looks like, even though our kids are home and we're stuck in our house and can't get out into our normal routine, we have to establish still some of that routine that we have. Like for Dawn and I, we still get up in the morning. We're doing our workout right away in the morning, even though we wouldn't have to. We shower, we get ready for the day. So I'm still keeping in a lot of those habits. Get down, read, quiet time. Those things are super important to me. So I'm keeping those routines in there, but I'm also developing some new habits because we have a lot more free time, right? So in the evening, I'll get to this one. Our kids are at home with us. Dr. Dobson talks a lot about 5 meals as a family in a week, so there's 21 meals in a week. If we could spend 5 of those meals together as a family, it's gonna keep that family together, keep them healthier, right? So we've always strived to have that. Well, now we have like almost all of our meals together, and it's been some really, really sweet time. But I want you to think about some of those successful habits you've been kind of pushing on the back burner. I don't have time, I don't do this. Start those now. What a great time to start developing those habits. Whether it's 21 days or 30 days or 60 days to develop that habit, just get out there and do it. I think it's a super important thing to do. And the last thing I'm gonna say, number 5, is one thing we've done at our house. We hear a lot about faith versus fear. One thing to help keep us out of fear and in the positive world is gratitude. So back to the evening meals, that's a big time for us as the Horrigans. The evening meal is a great time. We're all 6 of us around the table. What I started doing 2 weeks ago was the gratitude bowl, right? So the ground rules for the gratitude bowl are, you have to say something you're grateful for. The rules are, in our house, you can't say God, because everyone cops off and says, oh, I'm grateful for God. We can't say I'm thankful for family unless you're specific. So with our kids, for instance, they have to be super specific about what they're thankful for. And the other part of it is too, you can't say the same thing that the other person said. And so it just inspires us to think outside of the box, to say, what am I grateful for that happened today? You know, I'm stuck at home working on the computer and doing all these different things, but yet what are we grateful for? So in that case, I'm gonna put down gratitude here. Back to the kids, if they've been on the computer all day, they're thinking, school's such a drag. But Trinity on the other side, our youngest, would say, I'm super grateful for my teacher, because she's looking beyond herself to say, Mrs. Garza is doing a great job of giving her options and Zoom classes to have the kids get together and keep them in routine and keep them connected. So highly recommend that you guys do the gratitude thing. It's been a great thing for our family to keep ourselves positive. So to go through those 5 again, make sure you're around people. Don't get secluded by yourself. That's the worst thing we could do in a time like this, is to not be around our friends, around our family. So pick your platform and get together with those people. Stay optimistic. Man, I can't emphasize that enough. Shoot your TV, stay off those platforms, stay educated, but just stay optimistic. If we get too much into the dooms, it's gonna send you into a bad path. Get out, get exercise, get that blood moving, get the sunshine, get some fresh air, so important. Also, develop those habits, those routines, get into those things. You get more time to exercise, you have more time to cook healthy. We've been working on some really awesome recipes that we've been wanting to do, so now we have more time, so we do it. So develop that, and the last thing is be grateful. I'm grateful that you guys are here. I'm grateful that we still have internet and all these different ways to communicate with each other. I'm super grateful for that. I'm grateful for the people that chime in and listen. So stay tuned for other videos of how to stay healthy and optimistic and prosperous in this world that we're living in. Thanks for tuning in. This is Dr. Scott.